Good morning, this is Cecil and Blues. Thank you for joining me today. We are continuing to dive into the Radiant difficulty of Darkest Dungeon. We have triggered a silence in the crypts. We did a couple of things off camera. One of them was to seek out that Vestal trinket. I think Kinna has that equipped right now. The Sacred Scroll. That was a fairly uneventful mission, although I did learn that we are just one camping ambush away from disaster pretty much at all times. That was it was a close call. No one died. No one even hit stress breaking points or anything like that. We did a couple of other low-level missions after that. Nothing again exciting. I believe the Shrieker showed up. I don't understand the Shrieker. I've fought a level 1 Shrieker and a champion level Shrieker now, and they both fly away halfway through the fight, so I don't know if it's something you can't kill, or maybe you're on a timer, and I just need to work at killing it faster. So, let's worry about today's mission right now. We're going to go in to the ruins with a leper, a grave robber, plague doctor, and a vestal, and we are going to face the Necromancer Lord. Again, with the boss fight, we are less concerned about loot, and we instead want to have every advantage available to us. I don't think there's a ton of status effects that are going to happen. This is more about just raw damage output. We want to make sure to keep down his minions so that we are not being overwhelmed. We'll take enough light that we don't have to worry about overly difficult encounters. We have the damage bonuses. The other thing I should check on, this is the one thing I didn't check on, and now I gotta reprovision, is checking our survival skills. Is there anything we can get? Sanctuary gives us preventing nighttime ambush. Very rarely does wound care come up. Bless. That's accuracy dodge, that's alright. But not perfect. Lag. So if nobody's got diseases, we probably want to have something else available to us. Just kind of looking to see if there's anything beneficial. Not really, actually, that a plague doctor can do without that. Oh, backed out. Didn't mean to. What about our grave robbers? Anything they can do? Like a snuff box. That's stress related. That's kind of an interesting one. Increased scouting chance. Not exceptional. We don't have a lot of offensive things. We can get reflection, or we have it. Bloody Shroud? Let's go ahead and learn Bloody Shroud. And then let's make sure that those camping skills are all available to us. Pilfer doesn't. Maybe we can trade wound care for Pilfer. I'm just gonna leave those on the Plague Doctor. Maybe, someone will get diseased. Bless. Let's drop wound care. Oh, no, wound care and take bless. Yep, alright. Alright, let's provision again. And once again, we are looking to ensure that we do not get overwhelmed. What am I missing? And the bandages. Then we need food. We'll take all the food. And we'll take 2 stacks of torches. Anything else we want to take with us? I don't think there's anything left to take. We've pretty much fully juiced up here. Taking another look, make sure I didn't forget something obvious.
I brought my colleagues back with much of their intellect intact. A remarkable triumph for even the most experienced necromancer. Freed from the trappings of their humanity, they plied their terrible trade anew. The dead reviving the dead, on and on, down the years. Forever.
Alright, kind of an interesting story for the Necromancers.
The devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
So, I think we could safely assume that our boss is going to be in the southwest corner of this map. Question is, do we want to load up on free loot? Plenty of gems. Shovel.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
So I am quite excited to get back in here today, fight these bosses. I was able to play quite a bit last night, and I was enjoying it pretty much, just being able to grind out stuff. It is interesting, though, to kind of think about what... even though this mode is reducing the amount of grind that's necessary to get to to complete the game, there's still a lot of grind. It didn't slow down the progress too much. I've seen the number of weeks that it takes people to beat the game, both on normal and on... do we want to go with maybe Intimidate here? Normal and Radiant mode, and really they're not getting too much extra benefits. So let's see, this, they will not live, or they won't die is what I mean. So I think we oh, big miss. Well, that's a big hit as is. Oh, that's a bummer too. Wow, so much negative stuff going on. So I think you throw here to get the guaranteed kill, and then I'm not quite sure what you want to do here. I guess Plague Grenade to make sure that gets a kill, and then you just keep working here. So I'm definitely having a good time with this, and that's cool. But I wonder if maybe they didn't miss the mark a little bit as far as the reduction in time investment, if that was the complaint. They definitely made things a bit easier. As I've talked about before, in the like below champion level dungeons, the ability to bring in higher level heroes just really strengthens your unit so far that it actually becomes almost laughable. Like there's just no challenge in the lower level dungeons once you've progressed your hamlet far enough to have a reasonable amount of upgrades, so you can stay ahead of the curve. I think we will continue to stack up this. He will not die this turn. So let's chop, which may just get the kill in its own, and it did. The only other option I would have had would have been to Intimidate. So we'll take all this. Oh, we're full up already. We'll eat that extra food then. And then the question becomes, do you want to unlock this chest? I always hate when we find the big treasure piles right at the beginning of the dungeon, because what are you gonna do with it? I mean, you're not gonna come back.
Glittering gold.
So there's gold. We can bring that up.
Paid for in blood.
We'll leave a few of these crests behind. Again, while any acquired treasure is welcome, it is not our primary goal. We want to focus on getting our way through this dungeon with no casualties and with a dead boss. Those are just our primary concerns. It should be our only concern. I got one of these bone bearers. These are the new unit for Radiant mode. I pretty sure we've seen them already in this playthrough. So he should become our primary target. We want him dead. He's buffing these guys, and the chances are that the shielded units are going to protect him if we don't kill him fast. So we want to get Blight on him. And if we can get a second round of Blight, that will be awesome, but it is unlikely. These two defensive units almost certainly going to protect him. So we're going to just do as much as we can straight off the bat. There is nothing I can do with the leper, though, so we'll instead lay down some debuffs if possible. Alright, so the one is guarding... Row 1 is guarding row 2. Row 2 did not guard row 3, which is what I would have done, maybe, if I were forced into this composition. Right, pretty good. We will still... That's not going to get a kill. That's still probably the right call. 6 damage goes to 12 damage, so we'd have to do 5 more. Or we ignore it. What's the stun resistance up here? Pretty high. Alright, we'll... No, we need healing. These guys need to be healed, so we'll heal. That was a very fortunate crit. And we will intimidate some more. If we can weaken out these front units, it's not going to be a problem, but they are resisting his debuff skills. That is something, that was a mistake I made, I think, when picking trinkets. Let's drop this sharpshooter.
Maintain the offensive.
And then we can just start throwing out our plague grenades. Well, it comes back around to our leper. Let's look at what I trinketed him with. I probably should have given him an increased debuff chance. Instead I gave him bonus HP, bonus dodge, and plus damage versus unholy. This was probably the mistake, the Undead Slayer's Ring. I guess I was thinking like it would come in handy for keeping the skeletons dead. So, I mean, he's not doing unreasonably low damage or anything. But it would have been nice to have those hits, the debuffs landing all the time on these leading up missions. Ooh, got a shuffle in our ranks, which may weaken our functionality here. We can still do Noxious Blast, and only the front row is alive, so that's fine. We'll go for a chop back there. Bleeds to death. The other one is almost dead, but not quite. With our current health, I think we go for the stun, which will get the kill when it's his turn. Alright, what do we got here? Anything? No, we'll just toss out this stuff for now. We can use a key. What are the chances we're going to find a secret room? I mean, not unlikely, to be honest. I mean, all things considered, I probably should have opened up the map just before using that key, just in case. We have surprised this group, which will allow us pretty good functionality, except for I forgot to reorder my team. It's going to hose us a little bit. Ooh, we'll probably can't... Oh, wow, was a crazy crit. Could not have seen that one coming. We will stun. We will not stun. Knife in the dark isn't that bad. Ren for the old gods also, even if it had hit, wouldn't have been so bad. So we'll get a pick to the face. We want to remember to put our team back in the right order here. It's not worth wasting the action. right now to do it. If we get the kill, we get the kill. We did not, so we'll do some healing. I think we still do group healing. Oh, I goofed. Not only did I not do group healing, but I single targeted healed the person with the least missing health. That should put him low enough that he bleeds to death. And none of this fits in our bag, so we're just moving on. We're not gonna stress it. Now, if I were designing these maps, I think I would randomly stick these bosses around, because being able to prepare for it is definitely going to give us even further advantages. I forgot to reposition my team again. Alright, let's oh, that's a good kill. Alright, we're gonna have to do some healing there. And his stress is getting pretty nasty, because he keeps getting crit. Alright, well, let's go ahead and use a bandage then. And we will go... Oh, do we heal? Do we stress heal? Let's stress heal. And then we can regular heal. A nice crit helps. What do you do here? Should you go for the... We can just stack more blight up. Or you start working on the front row. Oh, okay. We could have gotten the kill. Alright, if that gets a bleed, it did not. 3 damage is still, it's nasty, but it's not the end of the world. Let's get that kill taken care of next turn. I'm going to do more stress healing. And more regular healing. So that puts our leper back in a much more tenable situation. And both of these guys are dead. Which is... Oh, but our Plague Doctor wasn't in the right row, so she cannot heal herself. Well, let's reposition right now. Oh, we got more gems that we can stack. You can't complain about that. 3 more damage for our Plague Doctor. She should be fine with that. And we will move on. Another fight. It's a tiny fight, though. Let's put damage on the unit, or blight on the unit that is going to take less physical damage. And then we'll hack on the unit. Oh, that's a nasty dodge for us. Judgment. Okay, well, it would have been nice to have a chance to get a stun out there. Big hit on our Plague Doctor. Let's have the Plague Doctor cure herself. Get rid of that. I would have liked to have had a turn to actually do some curing, but
Success so clearly
oh well. So we can't even open this. We'll head left. There's a hunger check, that's fine. We will have an opportunity to heal up. Oh, well. I think there's a way to get a bunch of gold out of that. I think if you put herbs in there. That could be right. Maybe we try that after after this is all over. I did not need to use that torch because we are going to camp. There's the scouting, so at least I can be sure that the boss is in the next room, and it is. So, we will camp. We will have a maximum amount of food.
To steel oneself against the coming horrors.
And then we will reflection, I think, here. We will sanctuary to prevent nighttime ambush. And then we have 5 turns left. No one's suffering from any diseases. Let's go ahead and use self-medicate. I don't see any downside to it. Good health and a reasonable buff. And then I guess we could get rid of that stress. I could have pilfered a supply item, but we're pretty stacked at this point. Doesn't seem necessary. We do not have a lot of combat advantages. It's not like traveling with a man-at-arms, so we don't have that damage bonus. We are going to go fight a boss. We have 1 encounter before that. It's a full stack here, but we've surprised them. We can throw out the plague grenade. And then I think you focus. This has a chance of doing 12 to 28 damage, whereas this has a chance of doing 8 to 19. So we have a higher chance of getting a kill here and preventing stress. And we got it. Then I think you intimidate the front line. And you try and... we cannot stun the back line. So we'd have to go for the kill. We'd have to get a pretty high roll on this to do any significant work. 11 doesn't quite cut it. So if we had gotten 2 more damage, it would have killed itself on its second action. So we still have to do something about them. But if our Grave Robber gets a chance to go first, then we can use Flashing Daggers to get the guaranteed kill and prevent their next action. And also do some damage here to the... wow, that's a lot more damage than I expected to do to that row. So we'll put out Blight on the front. And combined with another Intimidate, I think they'll be dead before they can act. The bleed is no good. Alright, so I'm going to Intimidate. That's 6 more damage. They're gonna live slightly. We'll do a single target heal on the leper. And then if our Plague Doctor gets to act, we'll Battlefield Medicine to clear that bleed. And then Pick to the Face gets the kill. Very nice.
Seize this momentum.
What do you think is more valuable here? A little bit of gold, or... well, let's take the gold. The Onyx. It does stack up higher, but it's unlikely to be the thing that we take home with us. Crate is empty. And now that we are at this door, let us use torch. We'll use 1 more torch, be at full light, and then go down the line. Holy water, holy water, holy water, holy water. We're going to eat food because we're out of here at the start of the next action. Alright, here we go. There he is. He gets 1 action a turn. I'm surprised about that. I thought he would get more. He does have a ton of health. Look at all that. 215. Alright, so the damage is real. He's gonna spawn some ads, and it's... Okay, that's a pretty nasty ad to have to deal with. So we want that dead as quickly as possible. I'm actually gonna go for a chop, because it should get the kill.
Obliterated.
And then we'll top everybody off. Pick to the face. It's good to go first, but the less we do here, it still causes problems. Probably stack up the blight here. And maybe you intimidate.
Well struck.
Alright, he resisted the debuff again. I have no one to blame but myself for doing that. What's their stun resistance? Pretty high. The chances of getting a dazzling light kill are very low, so let's go instead. That was unfortunate. Ah, man, 3 damage. I think he picked to the face. So we gotta kill it. So anything we can do to increase the damage he's taken. 18 damage a round is gonna add up quickly. We do have a considerable amount of healing we have to do. And we don't want these undead to gather up, so we need a heal. Then we need to intimidate, which will kill one. Hopefully debuff the other. And I think you pick to the face the other one. Flesh is willing. Uh-oh. That's bad news. 72 health is no joke. Do you take the resistance? Or do you go for the... I feel like you gotta go for a heal here. And... stun resistance on that guy is still pretty high. And we have a lot of people who need help. We're gonna buckle in for a long fight here, the way this is going. If we go for a straight attack there, and we kind of ignore this Bone General, if he's not gonna get buffed, it's probably the right call to ignore him. Now maybe you intimidate? No, he's resisting the debuff. Flesh is willing again, that's a lot of damage. Alright. This positioning I'm actually pretty happy with. I feel like you still gotta go for a heal here, and where do you heal? This is probably there. So the leper can take more punishment. Alright, so the reason that I kind of like this positioning is we'll be able to focus on the Necromancer and kind of get some splash damage going with the Plague Grenades. 44, we're almost there. Flesh is willing, that's going to put our leper on death's door. And that's dangerous. Hopefully he acts next. He does, so he can Solemnity, get his health back up. Probably gonna get pushed right back here. Ground Pound is dangerous. Only landed 1 stun. We're gonna need to do a group heal. Alright, we still have a couple of rounds left. Okay. Plague grenade again. So 12 damage. It's gonna kill him in 2 rounds. We all resisted the stun. There goes now they've all acted, which is fine.
Hold fast or expire.
So we're fine here. Let's get everyone's health up a bit. We will Solemnity again to build his health as best we can. 2 rounds. We need 2 rounds here. We can throw a stun out. And then I think we pick to the face in the front row. 6 feet under is a stress attack. Of all the things he could have done, I'm pretty happy with that, considering our stress is very low. And then more group healing. So some big crits in the back row. We needed those crits in the front row, though. Every time I say front row, I'm like, rut row. Feel like that must be the Deadpool effect. Alright, dead next turn. Oh no, not dead next turn. 6 damage. Dead in 2 turns, though. I mean, that may be worth just not caring about. Maybe we can debuff these guys? Alright, we're still failing to debuff. We want to weaken, but not kill these existing dead. Because he doesn't buff or heal the ones that are alive. Alright, dead next turn no matter what. And he's got extra stun resist. So I feel you go for some extra Noxious Blast here. And Intimidate. Which again won't kill anything. Oh, okay, well that guy died. I didn't expect that. Well, at that point, maybe you just go ahead and kill that. Necromancer should explode from within here.
With no living sinew to actuate them.
And we got some extra trinkets. Suppose we can take these with us, no reason not to. And once again, we are oversupplied, but a boss is dead. We pick up our trinket, which I believe was a bleed resistance. Oops, I clicked continue adventuring when I went to do this. So we picked up a Crusader, Virtue Chance, minus stress, death blow resist. Not a great, very rare trinket to be honest. But we also have the Necromancer's Collar, which is bonus to Unholy, which I think is what we ran into in the Darkest Dungeon, so that'll be helpful. And a bunch of gold and stuff, so those are also nice. We get any good trinkets? We got On Guard, plus dodge and speed the first round. Backtracker, Clutch Hitter, yeah, okay. Soft. Unholy Hater, that's too bad. I was actually just thinking before we went in here, I was like, locking down Unholy Hater might be worth it. But then I would have had to skip out on the buff we had, so I figured, okay, well, we'll get that later. And now we can't.
Finally,
Medical Breakthrough. So the medical ward is free.
manageable.
And the medical ward, which one's that? It's down here. So not gonna get much use because nobody has any diseases because I cleared them as soon as I see them. Alright, well, just straight away, looks like we could tackle the Gibbering Prophet immediately. champion or the trophy there is bonus accuracy if in position 4, bonus speed if you're in position 4, and reduce stress in position 4. Now the downside there, I mean, that synergizes well with the Arbalist, but one of the things you want to do with the Arbalist is make sure that they are going last, so that they can benefit from marks coming from other characters, like a cultist. So I'm not sure if that'll work out perfectly, but it is a very strong trinket. No damage though, just bonus accuracy. It's alright, it's not amazing. Dark Tambourine, no thank you. Hopefully that'll get re-rolled by the time we roll in there. What is with this Dark Tambourine? It's everywhere. Well, nothing in the ruins right now. We'll have to keep an eye out for the buff. Sunshine in the Thicket if we go detoxify the corpses. But in order to do that, we will need to send in a strong group, and then the question becomes, what do we bring? What do we do to fight that cannon? I'm a little bit concerned about the cannon. I feel like we want to take Hotaka Drash. Maybe we take the Grave Robber. That might not be a bad plan. They can use Pick to the Face. Yeah. Okay, so we'd want to send out on this level 5 mission Fried Spam, even though his stress is a little bit high. We can go ahead and send Kinna then. Lag, I guess. And then we need a third person. So I guess you send in Aki, but you don't want Aki. We do have other options here, though. I forgot that we do have these rank 5 champions down here. Maybe instead we send a couple of these guys? Maybe we send Fitzroy? And can we... Is there an opportunity maybe to do something else? Maybe we send out the occultist and we maybe rebuild them instead of build them like that? More of a damage build with a backup healing potential? Doesn't sound like a bad plan. We don't have any blight here. Yeah, I'm down with that. What do you give the occultist? You need to give him some strength. We probably want to go there. And we go damage versus Eldritch. I'm fairly certain that the creatures in the Weald are Eldritch in nature. What did we have on here? We had Barris Dismos's head and the Crescendo box. So let's go ahead and take those off, put them there, and just transfer them here. What we want on our leper is something that's going to increase his debuff skill. None of the trophies seem to do that. Is there a debuff skill trinket that's powerful? Something that provides additional benefit. I guess here's the debuff amulet. It'll protect him from debuffs and increase his debuff skills. I can't think of anything else here. Alright, well, I guess that's where we'll go. We haven't found really a use for most of these trinkets. We have Kenna is not making use of one. Lag is making use of one. The Hag's Ladle. We have 5 trinkets, is that right? We still have 1 to get in the ruins, which will get us the Prophet's Eye. We still have 1 to get in the Cove and 1 to get in the Weald. So yeah, we have 5 of 8. So that's pretty good. We will definitely be diving into the Weald in our next episode here. So let's call this a wrap. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the series. I hope you feel I'm progressing at the appropriate rate. If you do have, if you feel it would be better if I show all of the steps along the journey instead of kind of cutting out the middling. I'm cutting basically all. If I do any novice or veteran missions, I'm just cutting them because they're not interesting at this stage of the game. If you disagree with that, let me know in the comments. I will be back tomorrow with a champion level mission. We're going to go and detoxify the corpses. We will get the Berserk Mask, which is, I mean, that's not the best. It's not really what I want my leper to be wearing. I actually want that leper trinket I had before, but I lost it, and I'm sad it's gone. And it was like a common trinket. I have no idea what caused it to disappear. Bonus accuracy, bonus crit. It was like it was something that required the leper to be in row 1, and it could be used to increase their damage. But anyway, that's a problem for another day. I'm going to put some people into treatment here. We'll have to do the research on that, and then we'll get started. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will join you tomorrow for our next episode. You can follow me on Twitter at @itsaboats. You can also subscribe to the channel to be notified when new videos go up. These videos are posted on a daily basis in the morning, and I appreciate that you watch them. Have a great day.